On October 3, 1993, in Mogadishu, Somalia, at a temporary U.S. military base, the commander received intel from an informant. Two top aides of Somali warlord Aidid were expected to meet at 3 p.m. The mission objective was to capture them alive. At 3:45 p.m., Delta Force would storm the building to seize the targets. By 3:46, Army Rangers would secure a perimeter around the site. Once the suspects were in custody, Humvee convoys would extract them. The entire operation was planned to last only 30 minutes. Originally, the team had requested armored vehicles and AC-130 gunship support, but the request was denied to maintain a low profile. Instead, the commander deployed Black Hawk helicopters for aerial support. At exactly 3 p.m., 8 Black Hawks, along with the Rangers and Delta Force teams, lifted off from base. But before they even reached the target, enemy lookouts had already alerted the armed militia. Men, women, and even children grabbed AKs. Tires were lit ablaze, roadblocks set up, and the militia mobilized for battle. The Americans were coming. By 3:42 p.m., 4 Black Hawks reached the target site and fast-roped Delta Force soldiers onto the rooftop. The first squad stormed the building and successfully captured the enemy personnel mid-meeting. Meanwhile, the second squad began to land and set up a defensive perimeter. Just then, armed fighters arrived and opened fire. As one Black Hawk was still lowering troops, a rocket-propelled grenade, RPG, hit. The pilot swerved to avoid a direct hit, but a soldier lost his grip and slammed into the ground, knocked unconscious. From that moment on, a quick in-and-out mission turned into chaos. Wave after wave of militia fighters stormed the perimeter.
Why aren't you shooting? How can you tell? A hiss means it's close. A snap means... Now they're shooting at us!
The squad leader requested medevac support, but communication was garbled amid the noise and confusion. So 4 soldiers lifted the wounded man and raced toward a nearby Humvee, evacuating with the suspects toward base. Suddenly, another RPG exploded nearby. No casualties this time, but the militia was using their urban advantage to pin down the Delta Squad. Thankfully, air support kicked in. Black Hawks rained gunfire on militia fighters on rooftops. Once all detainees were loaded into the vehicles, the team leader called for Ranger and Black Hawk cover as the Humvees pushed through enemy territory. But as they moved, ambushes came from every alley. A teammate was shot. Before anyone could help, he had already stopped breathing. Listening to the barrage of grim updates coming over the radio, the commander realized the reality of the mission was far more brutal than anything they had planned for.